best in show for two-dimensional work at this year's Wings Over the Platte exhibition at the Stuhr Museum is Cindy Brader's Preening in the Morning Sun. It's a watercolor. Cindy is an artist who practices out of Glenville, Nebraska, and she works predominantly in oils and watercolors, but she paints on all surfaces. Much of her work has a decidedly Americana feel to it, but it's filled with energy and motion, and this particular watercolor is one that I was drawn to. It just seems to jump right off of the paper at you and actually seems like it could be moving. The colors are so vibrant and blended so well. It's truly a wonderful piece of artwork, and it does not require a huge wall to hang on in your home. It is for sale, as are many of the pieces here at Wings Over the Platte. And I was really smitten from this work, Preening in the Morning Sun, early on when I saw it. I think it truly brings out the emotion of the Sandhills crane migration here to the wonderful and lovely Platte River here in Grand Island, Nebraska. This is September on the Platte by Jerry Brainerd, a Merit Award winner for this year's Wings Over the Platte art exhibition here at the Stuhr Museum. This particular piece is incredible. It's an oil painting, although Jerry typically works in acrylics. Things that you look for in a painting, this particular piece seems to just have. It has so much color. It seems to pull you in. And anybody who has visited along the Platte River might recognize this scene with the cranes in the background, the wonderful colors that you could anticipate seeing in September, and of course the sandbars capturing the pieces of driftwood in the middle of those sandbars, which are pretty common along the Platte River. This piece borders on abstract and realism, and I think that's probably why I'm really pulled into the piece. Has fabulous texture, has fabulous motion, movement, and color. It is a spectacular piece, and we truly enjoy it. Jerry was born in California, but she spent most of her life here in Nebraska, and you can see that by what is evident in her very familiar work of the Platte River. As I mentioned, she works predominantly in acrylics and watercolors, but this particular piece is an oil painting. She has a deep connection to history, and she sees art as storytelling that defines our place and time as a people in history. And if you think about that concept for a minute, that's perhaps what makes artwork so compelling, is that it captures all of that emotion of a place and of a time, and really marks a people's place in history vis-a-vis that human experience. We believe that Jerry has captured that in September on the Platte. This is Judy Martindale's Morning on the River, which is also a Merit Award winner for this year's Wings Over the Platte art exhibition and sale at Stuhr Museum. Judy studied both biology and artwork, and you can actually see that really typified in this particular piece. Just the proportions, the dimensions, the calls to nature that you would expect from a biologist. And then the wonderful artistic interpretation that you would find from a very gifted artist. Her studio is in Lincoln, Nebraska. One of the things that I find fascinating about Judy's work is that she paints both in abstract as well as realist styles, and she seems to have captured some of that in this particular, or both of those in this particular painting. When you look at the feather work, which seems somewhat abstract at times, but then when you sit with the piece for a while, it becomes more and more and more realistic. And this is an acrylic piece, and Morning on the River seems to really draw us in, and it's pretty typical of the crane's activity in the morning on the river, perhaps preening in the morning sun. This piece is extraordinary, and that's why it was selected as a Merit Award winner for this year's Wings Over the Platte.